Today it is time to look at a professional Zerg versus Terran match on the map Hardwire. The red Zerg spawning in the upper right. It is Solar. And his Terran opponent in the bottom left. The blue SCVs and command center belonging to Cure. Solar versus Cure. An aggressive Zerg versus the people's Terran. The Terran of the people. We love him. Sometimes for the mistakes that he makes. It's always an entertaining game, I feel. Solar opting for that lovely hatch first. Going for the economy after I called him an aggressive Zerg, of course. Should see a spawning pool though. He's a fan of the early lings. You get the pool just a little bit quicker. He pool first. Send some lings across the map. Do some chewing on the Terran's infrastructure. I like it. Anything you can do to get a Terran just a little off balance from the start is usually pretty helpful in the game, since Terran builds have to be so rigid, so tight. No, very little room for error is what I'm saying. Cure opting for the Marine first, not the Reaper. No room for scouting. Looks like Solar did a little bit of scouting of his own, checking around this third base area. Maybe Cure was proxying before this. Maybe Zerglings were hurt in the making of this film. Have to see. Where is he going? Where are you going? Are you... What did Solar proxy hatch you? Come on. Come on. Cure. It actually is a little surprising how much Zerg aggression it feels has been on the ladder lately. Cure, there's nothing there. Cure, your barracks is... We're just gonna put it there. Really. Okay. Yeah, this is Cure. Like I said, this is one of the reasons I love to watch Cure games. Because you just never know. You can guess, you can suspect what's going to happen, but I don't think I quite expected what's looking like a proxy bunker off of a lightning quick third CC. This third CC is around the same time the third hatch came down. What are you doing, Cure? Usually the SCV should be up here already making the bunker, but he's just gonna start it now. Queens are here to respond, and it's only 3 Marines, it looks like, because Timmy's dragging behind over here. Lings might be able to do some damage. The Queen can target fire down the SCV, right? Like, this shouldn't work. Cure. And you're just gonna go home now. Oh, don't try and think through it. Don't try and understand it. It's just gonna be a headache. And now the barracks is gonna float back. Okay. Hellions find some slowlings, which is, as everyone should suspect, quite the one-sided engagement. Quite an unfair fight, might I say. Marine gonna deflect that Overlord scouting. And are we actually going to get into what some may consider a normal game now? Cure, can I ask you for that? He's got his starport made. Barracks is making a reactor. I'm very keen to see which composition path Cure is going to take, if it's going to be bio or mech. Because Hardwire is very good for mech. We know voted most likely to mech amongst the ladder pool for the last year. Blizzard. Cloaked Banshee. Gonna be a choice for Cure, or is it just because the Ling got into Scout? We'll have to see. Looks like, yeah, he canceled it. Okay. He was faking it for the Zergling Scout. Not going to be Cloaked Banshee, but it is going to be bio, it looks like, with those additional barracks coming in. Did Solar spot it? Ooh, it looks like he did, actually. So I would expect to see the Bane Nest thrown down for Solar in the very near future, as these queens are gearing up for the creep spread. Solar maybe get into a nice Lingbane Hydra, Lingbane Muta composition. DRG, is that you? No. But at the very least, gonna need some Banes if it's gonna be bio from Cure. Stim. There's the Bane Nest. Alright, I'm not crazy. I have a mild understanding of what's going on. There's only so much I can really know when, we have players like Cure or SOS or that other one. Has. Sorry, Has, if you see this. I have seen your games. You're very entertaining. +1/+1 for both players. Stim, it is the macro turn, ladies and gents, which means the worst possible news of all. I have to be entertaining. And I'm going to choose to try and deflect that responsibility onto Cure's Hellion Raven combo here. They are going to spot this hatchery. I don't know if it's the 4th or the 5th, depending on which one Solar started first, because he is double expanding. It is the 4th. Able to confirm that. Where'd the Raven? Oh, Raven Harassment. Because it's not TVT, so why would anyone expect it, right? Ling just keeping an eye on that. Let's watch the Raven. The juicy auto turret harassment, gun down, 1 drone. And that's going to be it. Riveting. Absolutely riveting. Additional barracks coming up for Cure. What is this? Barracks 6 and 7 off of the 3rd CC. He did get a 2nd drone, perhaps with the Raven, but now Solar, he can't really do much until Bane Speed is done. Double medevac drop coming out for Cure, though. That's nice to see. Gets a little more damage done. As you know, most Terrans, there's an unwritten rule. You're not allowed to leave your base unless it's in a medevac or a flying unit, right? Until you have at least 149 supply. Cure's only at 145, so that's why he's having to move out like this. Holy barracks, Cure. 10? 8 racks. Off of 3 base. This is starting to feel a little all-in-ish, but I could be proven wrong. If he's got a 4th command center that he slaps down in the very near future, good pickoffs on the Banelings, actually. Targets down a few of the Banes. Solar, getting that infestation pit. Probably see the Hive. I see Hydra upgrades in production, which means probably Lurkers are going to be the Hive Tech upgrade, because as you know, Hydralisks are very bad. They're, at best, could be called Lurker larvae, okay? Because Lurkers are much better than Hydras. Solar manages to circumvent most of the Terran forces here, not able to get through the supply depot door, though. Cure decides to pull back everything. Everybody get back here. There's Zerg in the base. They're in the 3rd command center. The SCVs are in peril. 12 of them already dying off to this nice Lingbane run by. Buying Solar just a few precious moments to get out another 40-something odd Zerglings and 12 Banes, which might be just enough to force this back. The Queens are going to pick off a siege tank. You didn't think Queens are good against siege tanks, but here we are. Another Ling run by, counter harassment for Solar, trying to distract Cure from this main push. Oh man, don't you just want to rub some Banelings all over that? Zerg players. It's grouped up nicely, not even spread out. Hellbats are here, great for tanking Banelings, not much else though. 2-2 just about finished for Cure. You really want to wait for that. 2-2 is very helpful. What are the mech upgrades? None. He's not caring about his siege tank upgrades. Yeah, Cure wants to wait. He knows there's 10 seconds left on 2-2. The difference between a Grandmaster and a Diamond level player. Diamond would rush in right as 2-2's finishing. He's even getting Liberators behind this. He knows that the key to breaking this hatchery will be to set up an entrenched position. A lot of Marines, siege tanks, Liberators, but it looks like Solar's gonna pull the trigger before that time is here. Banelings rolling in. Marines not really spreading, they're more congregating. It's different packs and cliques like high school. That group over here, that was the jock group. This one was the nerds. They congregated all together, and you can tell which one survived because who's the smartest? I'm going to let you decide. You can answer me in the comments. Which group hid the best? 3-3 on the way for Mr. Cure. Are the Liberators here yet? Not yet. Not yet. You might want to wait for those, Cure. Even though Liberators aren't exactly the best things against Ling Bane, being able to set up and protect the siege tanks is going to be helpful. Vipers are here for Solar. Does he have any lurkers? Not yet. Ling Bane Hydra is the composition of choice, and it looks like Solar's just going to give up the base. The drones were evacuated. Some of them were killed off during that time. Lurker upgrades not done. Solar, if you're letting this hatch die, I don't think you should just pull the trigger and fight into the ramp. Set up a concave. Set up an arc, or just go. There's Liberators set up, there's tanks set up, who cares? Banelings counter everything, don't they? We just need more Banelings. And he's gonna do it. The Ling Bane Hydra cleans up the entire Terran army. At the cost of the Banelings, yes, but is it worth it? Numbers, we like numbers. Relatively even, actually. And given that Solar is still on 75-ish drones, Cure lost quite a few. He's only at 58, and he has not taken a 4th base. He is really trying to kill the Zerg on 3 bases here. Given that that push failed, then I believe I might have to call this one a Zerg victory. Solar, it's not a guarantee, of course. Solar could mess up. There could be no more Lurkers or Banelings ever produced. But let's be realistic here. Oh, I see the command center, Cure, realizing I lost my entire army. At the 11-minute mark, I probably need to take another base, since my main is effectively mined out. Solar, not going to give him the chance, though. Says you just finished 3-3 and you lost your whole army, so I'm going to go. Cure. This is why we have things like sensor towers in the Terran arsenal. He's going for it. He's going up the left side, though. He's setting up the siege tank. Solar, leaving some Zerglings to try and get damage done in the 3rd base, pulling all the Lurkers and the Banes back. Lurkers burrow on the high ground and can shoot their spikes down to the low ground. Viper gonna pull the tank into its certain demise. Lings are still ravaging the Terran space over here. Solar does lose the hatchery, but I think there's plenty of Zerg forces here. All you gotta do is set up the Lurkers, right? Just roll the Banes forward, burrow the Lurkers. The Lings have lost their will to chew. Cure gonna have to evacuate his forces up here. Oh, this Liberator. Just racking up the kills. You get freedom. You get freedom. Everybody gets a little freedom. Okay. And that's it. Okay, we're just very uneventful ending, apparently. Cure not able to make it work off of that 3 base, effectively all in. Solar repelling it with Banes, Lurkers, Hydras, and everything else in that lovely Zerg stew. If you enjoyed, be sure to let me know in the comments below, guys. Thank you so much for watching. As always, have a great day.